Yo! Sorry, I had to pee. I started stream and immediately had to pee. Um, yes, you did beat me. You beat me like crazy. You felt, oh, I was wondering. That actually, it blew me away because we were, what, 30 or 40 minutes in? We were like nearing the end of the hour. And all of a sudden it was just like Crow and I talking and, someone else. Assassin Dog was in there for a little while. But like, all of a sudden, no Bloom. No Bloom messages whatsoever. It was like, what is. Did he leave? That's fine, like, whatever. Um, but yeah. Oh, and now everything's glitching out. Oh god, you guys. Oh, we're getting tweaked on. We're getting blown to shreds. Okay, there we go. I do stream very, very late in your time zone, I'm sorry. But also, like, tonight, I was extremely close to not streaming at all. I feel like. I feel weird. Like, not sick, but like my body is off. Something is wrong. Something with my stomach. I worked too hard today, and then now I just feel like disgusting. What's up, Coco? Everyone, Coco says hi. In less than 40 minutes, it's gonna be 12 a.m. Dude, oh, that's right. I'm so sorry. Rule of halves. Started sewing because of your vids. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. That's sick. What are you sewing? Coco, Bloom is thinking that you guys can be friends. So, that's pretty huge. That's actually probably the best thing that we've ever gotten in this chat. When we do the Kamala Kun ballet, we could do that today. I'm also thinking, guys, level with me here. I feel like junk, but I'm trying to keep this trend going of streaming. You accept Bloom's friendship? Dude, Bloom, you're in. Character development. Yes, exactly. I'm thinking we just do like a 30 burger. We do a little 30-minute stream. We hang out. We draw like two or three, maybe one thing. Hey, maybe one thing max. And then I end. And then I go to bed. Mostly adjustments, hemming pants, fix damaged garments. That's sweet. Dude, that's awesome. I'm happy to have inspired you or like at least gotten you to try it. That's so cool. Um, Crow Coco also says hi. Can you draw a burger? Oh, I could draw a burger easy. That would actually take less time than the ballet, the Kamala Kun ballet. Crow, do I not exist to you? 4 a.m. Oh, you did type. I missed it. I completely missed your message. You exist to me. You are very important. Don't worry. Not kidding. Coco, Crow is also chill being your friend. So, I think we finally, what, it only took three, no, it took three streams to end the war. Those are kind of solid numbers. I'm gonna say that that's pretty damn solid. Let's start this TikTok live. Also, imagine how cool it's gonna be when we don't have to set up a TikTok live on top of this live. I'm tired as hell, so that's perfect for me. Sick. Assassin Daigo, I will rise as the next villain. No, Assassin, just because we're not drawing Kamala Kun. Super detailed burger, lol. I kind of like super detailed burger. That could be a fun drawing. Coco draw Assassin Daigo as Mprag Furry. I think we all agreed that we can really only draw images like that in that tone for me. I think assuming anyone in chat wants to be drawn in any of that fashion is kind of like redlining. Yeah, Coco agrees it's only for the adults. Also, speaking of only for the adults, This I found this recently. It's like a hop water, no alcohol, but it tastes phenomenal. It's like a fresh, it's kind of like a Sprite without the sweetness. It's like got just a little tinge of lemon lime. It's got a little tinge of everything that you kind of want in a refreshing drink, and it bangs. But it's one of those like weird zero alcohol drinks that are like marketed to people that don't want alcohol. But it's just like a very solid, fun drink. On the topic of only for adults, here is water. But it's like, it's non alcoholic water. But I'm getting dogged on. I'm getting chopped and screwed in chat. You tried wine a few weeks ago and it was horrid. That makes sense. Wine takes a long, long time. Water has alcohol. Coco, give me a break. I'm just trying to share a nice, fun drink with you guys. You imagined it being better? I mean, honestly, you could have just had a really bad one. That's the thing. That's the most annoying part is that there are just like a million bad ones and maybe like 20 good ones. Okay, wait 1 second. I have to go off cam for 2 seconds. Okay, back. Um, so basically you're telling me you have to be an alcoholic to find good wine? No, not quite. It just takes like a long, long ass time. I think that's why. Holy shit! New revelation. I think the only reason adults, like most, like 50-year-old plus adults, love wine is because they had to suffer through all the years of finding a good wine, and then they finally found it, or at least they just like they deluded themselves into finding it, and now that's all they drink because they think it's good. Think about it. Probably the worst take I've ever had. But there's something there. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna click go live on this TikTok. I don't even think they're gonna get any value out of this. We're just gonna chit chat. Whoa, message retracted. Whoops. That's the. You know what I wish? By the way, where's Kitty Cat Meow Face? Not here. Not showing up. Probably past her bedtime, actually. I accidentally clicked it. Lemonade will always be better. Oh, duh. Yeah. Let's, I don't even know how to do this. Whatever. Let's start drawing. Because now we've shot the shit for long enough. The TikTok live is going. People are joining. They're calling me really, really bad names. Pina colada. Oh. I haven't had a good pina colada in so long. Also, hot take. I know this doesn't apply to you, Coco, but pina coladas with alcohol are infinitely worse than pina coladas without. Like, just a solid, no alcohol pina colada, like the ones that you had as a kid, a million times better than all this shit that they serve at bars. Guaranteed. Oh, hey, Oppo. What's up? Welcome in. We do drawing stuff here. We hang out. Today I feel kind of like the sickest of all time. So we're taking things slow and we're probably only going to be live for like 30 minutes. And that's going to be nice. That's going to be nice though. Coco, you agree? It's like, come on. Let's stop kidding ourselves here. What is that thing on the page? This is a a baby Godzilla that Assassin Daigo asked for, and we added a mustache on him so he looks a little bit wonky. But what do we draw? What do we want to draw? Who's got something? We can either put armor on this crow, or be right back. All right, crow. We could draw another type of bird. We could draw a burger, high definition burger. All right, we're drawing a super realistic burger today, as asked for by chat. Let me take off this big old jacket. For everyone on TikTok, get ready. You're about to get doxxed. Get ready, everyone on TikTok Live. I'm about to take your credit card information. Right? And I'm giving it to YouTube chat. Okay. Let's get with sesame seeds. Okay, we need reported. Don't report me. I am chilling. I'm a chiller. Okay, should we draw this hyper-realistic burger with or without a reference? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking without a reference might be kind of badass. Because who needs a reference for a burger? How many burgers do you think you've eaten in your entire lifetime? And like, we can all be honest here. Now, how would you do it without reference? I'd just think about a burger, because I'm a big bag. Mrs. Ivan! How are you? You'd say at least 100? That is such a low number, because you probably eat like 100 in a year. Right? Like if you go out to a restaurant, probably ordering a burger. You probably go to a restaurant. Actually, let's say like 40 burgers a year, maybe. Lies? Is that crazy? Is it crazy to say that you're probably pushing like 20 to 40 burgers a year? There's 52 weeks in a year. You don't think that you have like a burger on a Saturday? What about that kind of, now that it's coming out of my mouth, this is kind of a crazy take actually. 100 a year is fucking crazy, bro. Also had 2 burgers from Mickey D's last night. Okay. TikTok chat's weighing in on this. Sometimes you have 2 little burgers in a row. That ups numbers. That happens decently often. I'm breaking this down by week. I'm thinking we have 52 weeks in a year. And I'm thinking probably every other week a burger is being ingested. So yes, 100 is crazy, but still, 100 in your lifetime is even crazier. Because once you're like 20, now we're talking about, what, that's 8 years of 30 burgers a year? Ooh, a sword. Queen of NASA, you're back. I'm so happy. How you doing? We're talking about how many burgers we think people take in a year. I had like 6 mini bite-sized burgers at HB Christmas. Oh, how was that party? Dude, burgers are gas? Yeah. See? Like anyone that says a burger's not good, pretty weird. Hello, I'm back. Good to have you, Assassin. Sorry I missed the other stream. That's okay. We just did all the same stuff we always do. There's no way I've pushed it past 150 in your life? When you cook burgers, I know damn well we are going to have at least 3. See? Coco's banging out multiple burgers in one sitting. Sometimes, if you're at a cookout, I'm having 2 or 3. And if a cookout happens every other week in summer, that means we're tripling the digits. We're tripling burger intake every summer. In my lifetime, I'd say over 1 million per person. That varies between whether you're vegan or not. In a lifetime, 1 million burgers? I think I might have to draw the line. 70 years on this planet, you think you're packing in 1 million burgers per? I tried learning how to cook burgers, but I don't trust myself, so I ended up cooking them for 20 minutes every time. Oh, dude. Get a meat thermometer. You've got it. It's way, way easier than you think. Each side of the burger is like 4 or 5 minutes tops. Check the meat thermometer. It says 145. Bangin'. Cook it to like 150 if you're scared of disease. Boom. Done. Total time 10 minutes, 11 max. And that's if you're scared. If you're someone that eats them like medium, you're cooking that thing in like 6 minutes. Vegan burgers? Oh, yeah. Vegan burgers are easily crushable. Except sometimes all that soy. Can you draw cheese? I can draw some cheese on this burger. Oh, thanks for the repost. We're talking we're just talking a lot about burgers right now. um I'd be the one dumb that would burn water. Oh, really? You're that bad at cooking? Dude, honestly, cooking is so like I'd say once you get like one dish down, the whole world opens up. Like you start understanding that like everything is pretty much easy and every recipe is pretty much the same. 'Cause then at a certain point, like once you understand a few key points of cooking, right? Every recipe on earth just becomes so easy. And you just follow it like a blueprint, and guess what? The meal always turns out. And now, like the internet, everything has like cook this for 2 minutes. If you overcook it, if you cook it for more than 2 minutes, it will be ruined. Don't do that. So then you just don't do that. And then obviously it's fine. It's all great. It just works. And I think like there's a huge misconception that cooking is like this crazy valiant skill to have. It's like, guys, it's pretty easy. You just have to put in one day, like one maybe hour of your life, and you'll figure it out. Now I'm a W at using the microwave. Oh, Dusk, what's up? Cooking is just genuinely stressful. Okay, I'll agree with that. Cooking is stressful, especially on a busy day. Altitude cooking and baking has been an adjustment for me. What is altitude cooking and baking? Is it just like different at a higher altitude, or what are we talking about here? Um. Oh no, I said again. We're getting better. We are getting better every single day. I'm getting better at saying My biggest culinary achievement is one pancake. Dude, pancakes are tough. French toast is banging. That's a good one to have in your back pocket. Queen of NASA, by the way, just a reminder. Oh, of course. You almost got me. It was like a quick turn. I remember the double account. We had a whole conversation about that. Anywhere past the capabilities of making French toast, my brain quits. Everything is French toast. I would argue that every piece of food is just French toast skinned differently. Okay, so we're drawing a very realistic burger. If you notice on this drawing, let's do a little bit of tutorial. All right, just a very small bit of tutorial. Yeah, I've got to bake for longer, and like today frying chicken, the oil was actually at a lower temp. Oh, that's crazy. I never thought about that. I had a couple of chef buddies living in Denver. They worked at this vegan restaurant, but I never asked. I bet all of those recipes would probably be worse here than there. Is a nothing word. I was meeting people in real life and I have verbal shutdowns and I was uncomfortable situations. Dude, that hurts. That happens. My mom keeps begging me to make cake. Mine are the best. Oh, sweet. Dude, baking also is such a fun hobby. It's like I love making cookies, and it's such a rewarding experience because then you have like 40 cookies that you can just eat for weeks. Yeah, you have 6 accounts. Oh god. Anything past putting cheese on a hot dog slices, I'm screwed. Can you draw a Big Mac instead of just a burger? Yeah, I can do that. Okay, so basically, with this burger drawing, we're now drawing a Big Mac. Also, I forgot the most important part of this stream. I have to... There we go. That's just for everyone that knows. You had McDonald's earlier? You are so lucky. Okay, so if you notice on this burger drawing, I've started with a big cylinder. And what this cylinder is going to do, although it looks like a stupid idea, it's actually going to end up helping us. Because what this cylinder is going to do for my brain, Been learning how to cook more lately, and I'm going to start saying everything is French toast. It technically is. You're taking one ingredient, covering it in a bunch of shit, and then you're cooking it. You can boil every single recipe to one thing covered in a bunch of shit and then cooked. And I would I would go to war with anyone on that take. Cooking is just one thing covered in shit, fried or baked or cooked. So everything is French toast, just in different facets. Um, you have what in the Epstein list? I have the list. And I'm ready to dish it out, but I have to learn how to draw first. That's the stipulation. Basically. So I'm a Twitch streamer, and what happens is I have the Epstein list, and if I learn how to draw, well, I release the list. Clip. That's a clip. I'm going to go back in at the end of this. I'm going to take that clip and maybe post it on TikTok years from now. Don't reveal yourself. I have to. That's the whole point. It's like a countdown timer. Like DEF CON or nuclear war. This countdown is happening. It's a global clock waiting for Nathan to get good at drawing, and the second it happens, released. This stat is blowing my mind. Americans average 150 burgers eaten a year. Dude, I had it. I had it from the get, and you guys gaslit me. I knew it. People eat a lot of burgers, I swear. Nathan, did you ever play the OG Splitgate? Are you going to play the new drop of Splitgate area? I did not play the OG Splitgate. I saw some other streamers and some YouTubers do it, but I missed the trend. Oh no, I said again. And back, what are we talking about? We're still talking about burgers. I made an incredible revelation that all food is French toast, just in different clothing. We are drawing a hyper-realistic Big Mac. I have the Epstein list. If I get good at drawing, I release the list. That's what you missed, Crow. Bro, you missed out on Splitgate. Did I really? Is it that good? Google says 10,000 in a lifetime for the average person. That's crazy. You should get into Splitgate Arena. I could try some Splitgate. Howl Lee Fog. Okay, back to this drawing. We gotta at least get a burger drawing out of this stream. we're, we're all doing very well. We're all having a lot of fun, but we gotta we gotta draw a burger at least. Okay, I've drawn this big cylinder. What this does for my brain is it sets me up for success because I know all of the details have to be inside of this cylinder. I'm gonna go in tired. Bye, can't wait to see the end. Oh, thanks for hanging out. Shit pie from the movie The Help. Well, thanks for hanging out, Coco. It was so fun. Wow. Okay, fine. Autism is awesome. It prevents me from forming coherent sentences. Dude, it's the best. Is kind of like the god tier breaking word. Okay, so with this cylinder, I know that everything has to be at least cylindrical. I know everything has to fit inside of the cylinder, and I know that all my perspective lines are going to be the same. You need some wavy lettuce on this burger? Definitely. So basically, if you're drawing a big burger stack like this, and you have this big cylinder drawing, you can use just a bunch of those sight lines. So I'm just going to rip a ton of perspective lines all the way down this cylinder to keep me honest throughout this whole drawing. And I'm keeping all those pencil lines very, very light. Like is the better word. I love using like. But like is outplayed. Everybody uses like. We need to find we have to find a word that no one uses and that we can pioneer. Maybe something brain rot related. I'm making a new dragon puppet. Oh, awesome. You did a small version, but it came out very disabled. I'm remaking her bigger. That's great. I'm excited to see him. Also, like is better if you have a Valley Girl accent. Oh. Yep. I would agree with that. Like. It kind of bangs. It is kind of, it's kind of a look, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, being a ride or die valley girl with a really like visceral like, it kills. Skedaddle, use that. I could start using that. Skedaddle, this drawing is, oh, I'll workshop that. I can try, but that first one came out rough. So, we are just going to march down this drawing. We're doing a Big Mac. So, let's talk about the anatomy, not him saying like 50,000 times. Am I saying like a lot? Oh no. Am I also a liker? Am I a liker and an ummer? We are going to talk about the anatomy of a Big Mac. A Big Mac has 2 patties, 3 buns, 2 patty, 3 buns. I kind of have 3 buns, the way I'm stacked up with it. It has lettuce, it has pickles, and I think it has only 1 slice of cheese. And that cheese is usually at the bottom. Or maybe it has 2 slices of cheese and I just get really shitty Big Macs. Let's go with 2 slices of cheese. You don't like Big Macs? Why does my autocorrect keep thinking I'm saying Luke? I have no idea. I think that might be cancer, Nathan. No. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so with this, we know that the burgers and extra buns all have to be in here, right? This is sort of like the meat of the bones. I'm seeing 2 on Google. Okay, sweet. Just start saying segue. Oh, that might work. That might just work. I don't even hear myself say like though, so now I have to rewatch the VOD and see if I'm a liker. But with this burger, we know that the other boundary we can add is a bottom bun. So I'm going to start with all of this space. Basically, we're reserving all of this space for the patties, the lettuce, the bun, all of that. But we need a bottom bun to make sure that we're honest. So that's going to be just a skinnier version of that top bun. Again, like we've drawn everything else in all of our drawings, we're keeping all of these lines super light and super simple. Now, you might think, Nathan, this is stupid. You're doing really technical drawing tips, but you're only drawing a burger. Guess what? This is the perfect lesson, because everything can be super technical. And if you get in the mindset of making all of your drawings very, very technical, all of a sudden, all of your drawings become awesome because you take the time to make them awesome. So I'm going to throw in this middle bun as well as a breaking point. So now we know we basically just have to draw 2 burgers in between these 2 buns and these 2 buns, right? There are tomatoes and onions on a Big Mac. I know there's onions. I would lay my life on the line saying there are no tomatoes. I don't think McDonald's uses tomatoes at all. Is this gonna be what Mickey D claims the BM looks like? Tomatoes. You made it to season 5 of Ninjago. This is your 17th time watching Ninjago? Human Robot, what's up? We're drawing, we've got YouTube chat flaring up, we're talking about burgers. We've learned everybody eats about 100 burgers a year, which is crazy. And we're drawing a Big Mac because of that. I'm almost 100% sure they don't have tomatoes on a Big Mac. I agree. I don't think McDonald's uses tomatoes anywhere in their menu. No maters? You lost me. You lost me, Mrs. Haven. Mickey D claims a BM looks like, or what it actually looks like in real life. Oh, I understand what you're saying. This is what they claim it looks like. We're gonna make it look nice. Not just, oh, I just said not just what you actually get, which is a pile of slop in a box. 100 burgers a year is insane. I will die on this hill. It is insane. That's 2 a week, on average. 100 a year sounds too little. Wow. Human Robot in Twitch chat has taken the craziest take of the night. They're thinking 100's too little. But also that kind of goes in line with what I was saying at the very beginning. Like, summer, you're packing in burgers over the summer. You're grilling out, you're having 2-3 burgers at every grill out. A grill out might happen every other week. You lost 20 kilograms dieting, and I definitely crossed that amount. Yeah, right? It's easy. It's easy to just like slam a couple of little burgers, and those numbers climb. Okay, let's start. I'm thinking every layer has a little bit of cheese, so we're gonna throw in, excuse me, we're gonna throw in this little cheeky triangle of cheese, and we're gonna follow that line over here, because guess what? A cheese slice is one big square. So when you're drawing one big square of cheese, just actually draw out the square of cheese. You see how I'm doing that? But we're only going to end up seeing those two little corners. Then we have the actual patty, and that's going to be right underneath the cheese. And then the rest of this is going to be that wavy lettuce. So we're going to add in a little bit of wavy lettuce there. And we can just repeat that exact same process. Let's flip the cheese around. Let's have it be on this corner, and then follow that all the way through into this corner. And then this will be that patty, and then we'll have a little bit more wavy lettuce. Right? That's kind of banging. That might actually work. Human Robot might have some eating problems. No, 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 no. Assassin Doggo switched over to Twitch chat. 100 is still too low. I will die on this hamburger hill. I'm right there with you, Human Robot. I think 100, like, 100 is scratching the surface of what we eat every single year. Hello, people. First time joining. I couldn't do that. Couldn't do what? Eat 100 burgers in a year? I think everybody eats 100 burgers in a year. I'm starting to think, Nathan, how to provoke. I shall now be on 2 chats. Well, that's awesome. Assassin, if you can, shoot me a follow. I gotta get those numbers up. Alright, alright, alright. But for the average person, that has to be a problem if they're hitting 150 a year. I don't even know if it's a problem. That's another thing. Something I've realized as I've been growing up is a burger is not an unhealthy food. No, I don't really like burgers a lot. That makes sense. But I think the average American loves their little burgers. They love their little grimy mitts on a burger. And I do too. I eat so many burgers. You're being lied to? I don't think so. Average Americans be like, oh, Crow's about to drop some heat in the chat. Okay. We also need some sesame seeds on this top bun. So let's just throw in a bunch of little bug shapes. Just very lightly. Who cares? We're not doing anything super serious. Just stylizing on a hoe, right? Human Robot, do you draw? Okay. With this, we have all of the structural elements. I think, honestly, we can start adding a little bit of color into all of these points that need color. So with the burger, with the actual meat patty, I'm going to throw in this scribble to add some texture. This bun doesn't need anything. This piece of cheese goes right there, so then the burger is going to get that same detail, right? And I'm just choosing this because I want the burger to read like it is, like it's vertical. Something you'll learn when drawing. Yeah, I draw a bit, but in my free time, that's great. That's awesome. I really enjoy drawing. That's kind of the only reason I'm doing these streams. Nathan, how do you propose I become the new villain in town? The new villain? I don't even want to give you that tech, because then that means that I have multiple villains and multiple chats. I already have enough trouble figuring out all the villains. I feel like 100 burgers is easy. No one said it had to be 100 from McDonald's. That does sound bad. Okay, yes. Burgers from McDonald's are unhealthy, but burgers in themselves, the purest form of burger, is actually a healthy food. I will die on that. Cause you're currently working on art for a video game. Oh, that's sweet. Do you do that for work or is this a passion project? So, with this burger, we know that this bun is also going to change a little bit in texture around the edges, just the way that baking works and cutting works, right? So I'm going to throw in a little bit of shading on this bottom of that top bun, and I'm going to throw a little bit of shading on this middle bun, and then the same thing on this bottom bun. And of course we're going to end up refining and probably shrinking a lot of this down, but we're just going to really try and get this burger to look banging on all fronts. With this lettuce, I'm just going to throw in middle lines for the leaves, like the stems of the lettuce plant, and that's going to carry us through to the end. Yeah, burgers themselves are healthy, but definitely is heavily influenced by fast food places. Yeah, I agree. 100%. Not just for fun. That's sweet. What's the genre you're going for? Are you doing all of the 3D modeling or are you just in structure phase of building out the mechanics of the game? You'll run solo and evil, as my name says, I will assassinate the competition. I'm just breeding villains. I'm just making horribly evil people in chat. Sci-fi first-person horror. I do the environmental art and game design. Dude, that's awesome. That is so cool. Have you ever thought about streaming that process or like making a YouTube video or some sort of showcase of it or anything like that? You might stream in the future or do a devlog. Ooh, that'd be really cool. I love when games do that. I love when I can see the people behind the game and see them cooking. It's always so like fun and it brings you closer to the game and the people. Okay, I am going to start slowly but surely throwing in some permanent lines on this. Also, remember we did all of the simple lines, but now that the simple lines are done, I can start throwing sauce on them. I can start giving some texture to these lettuce pieces, right? Some jagged edges, some like farther out points, some whatevers. And what that's going to do is it's going to give this some dimension and some depth. So, obviously by the end of this, we'll go in with a really dark pencil and really get, but not for now. Yeah, that makes sense. I might stream the, oh yeah, I just read that. Yeah, man, that's sweet. But, I'm just throwing in some medium permanent lines. I'm throwing a little bit of sauce on all of it. We can even give a little bit of depth and funness to this middle patty, or this middle bun. I might even shrink it up a little bit. And then we can have some space for some pickles underneath this lettuce piece, right? And you can see, like, already, boom, your art is in a video game. Exactly. As you can see, with these details, I'll try and show YouTube and Twitch chat, like those few dark lines turned this weird blob, this weird mess of a burger, into the start of a great little cartoon burger, right? And honestly, guess what? Burgers are super easy to draw. It's just it's basically all cylinders. The hamburger looks good. Thank you very much. Basically, it's just a ton of cylinders in a line, and then the cheese and lettuce sticks out from it. So, let's go in with the dark pencil. I'm actually going to sharpen it up a little bit for all of you freaks in chat. Oh, please. Oh, have a sharp pencil. Shut up. And we're going to start adding in the permanent details we really like. So I'm going to start with these sesame seeds. Because guess what? You can't really mess up sesame seeds. And sometimes, a new fun little lesson for you as you're drawing and doing art, when you're doing these little details, when you're doing sesame seeds on top of a bun, when you're doing, let's say, texture to a feather, let's say, drips on a can, usually show sharp pencils for free. I know, Better than feet, honestly. A nice sharp pencil is way better than a hot foot, right, everybody? What usually happens with these details is it's really easy to go overboard, and then it overloads your drawing and makes it look. Nathan, I shall become an interdimensional being. Oh my gosh, is that Assassin Doggo on TikTok? um, oh, every time it shoots me in the gut. Every time I say, I knew it was you, Doggo. Thanks for joining in. What's up, Thunder? So, what you have to do, gotta set up an only pencils. Oh, that is such a good joke. Damn. Less is more. Essentially what I'm trying to say, what I've been trying to say for the past whole minute is that less is more when you're doing these little details. It can muddy up a drawing so quickly that it's just better to cut your losses and do a little bit, just enough to convey your point, and then get out of there. Get out of there as fast as possible. So for this, I'm going to keep all these edges pretty soft. I'm going to add a little bit of flair to this burger because burgers aren't perfect. You know, buns, they cook and they bake weird. I'm going to throw in a little bit of a ridge here to show that, you know, there's some fluffiness in this burger versus just sort of a weird cardboard cutout. So we're just going to throw in a little bit of shading, a little bit of ridge action, right? And that's going to give us a little bit of dimension. We can even throw in an extra line up there. This Godzilla creation is distracting. I can't stop staring at it. He's nice. Look at him. He's so cute. He's just looking for love. He's not doing anything wrong to anybody. Okay. I will now see it in TikTok. The drawing is way clearer. It is, actually, for everyone in YouTube and Twitch chat. We need to improve Manila. I know. Damn it, there's it is again. You like drawing half-chewed burgers? Oh, that's so smart. Chew lines are really fun to draw. For everyone in YouTube and Twitch chat, the phone camera I use for the TikTok lives, you can always see these drawings way, way better. I just need to upgrade my camera for my computer. But that burger looks bangin'. Let's move on to the actual patty. Again, I'm going to throw a little bit of sauce on it. I'm going to add a little bit of dimensionality to this burger. Little lumpiness action. And for these lines, because the burger is dark, I feel comfortable doing a full sweep of one solid line all the way through. And then for this cheese, I'm going to, again, just finalize that action so that I don't draw over it by accident. And then we can go in and start coloring in this patty. I'm keeping all of the lines vertical here because I want it to read to the viewer that this is a stack of patties rather than some sort of weird horizontal spread, right? Are we seeing this? Everyone's happy with the burger. Then this lettuce, again, throw some stank on it, throw a little bit of texture on it. Make it look realistic, make it look kind of fresh and nice. Give it a little bit of texture there. We can throw in these little rib lines as if McDonald's actually uses really fresh lettuce. From those rib lines too, you can throw out little tendrils to make it look more leafy. Maybe add in some little intermediate lines. Then, guess what? We have a little semblance of pickle underneath it. So we're just going to throw in some indication that there is some stuff hanging out underneath that lettuce. The crow is going to become fat. I wish someone looked at me like that. I realized the crow is just looking at that burger in a funny way. That's a good call out. I like that. He is really zeroing in on this burger. Let's add some sight lines. BRB gonna get something? Cool. Have fun. And then we're just gonna keep marching down. Basically, since we already did all of this setup, we already did everything important, we can just march down this list and make sure that this burger looks tantalizing in every facet. So the same thing I did on that top bun, I'm going to add this little ridge and a little bit of texture there. We can pop out this big piece of cheese that's going to be splitting out of both corners. We can finish up this burger, and again, we can keep this line really dark because the actual subject matter is dark, so we don't need to worry about splitting the difference or adding too much texture to it. I'm going to keep all the lines vertical to maintain that stack. And then we just have this other piece of lettuce. I'm even going to cut this up because it's getting a little bit too thick. We'll throw in those tendrils. Nice, nice. A little bit of extra texture there. And then basically the rest of this is just the bottom bun. So we're going to throw in a little indication of a bottom bun. And this is starting to look like a pretty patty from SpongeBob instead of a Big Mac, but guess what? That's okay. Because it's our pretty patty. It's our little Big Mac. Bottom bun. Me when I'm a bottom bun. We can just throw in an extra line there. And then we can plate it. Look at that. Look at that nice little burger. He's so handsome. We can throw on a little bit of shading on this top bun. We can throw a little bit of shading on this. We can add a little bit of dimension to this cheese. We can add a little bit of dimension to the lettuce. Guess what, babies? That is a pretty ugly Big Mac. Beautiful. Krabby Patty. It is. That looks way more like a Krabby Patty than an actual Big Mac. Oh, what's up, Poochie? Just stopping by to say hey. About to go to bed. Love you all. Stay golden. Dude, right back at you. Sweet dreams, Crow and Nate and Bloom. Thank you very much. Love emoji. He specifically means that towards me, Bloom and Nathan, so don't get your hopes up. Yeah, his love knows bounds, and it starts and stops right there. Okay, well, we have that burger. Honestly, too, my sickness is kind of letting up. Now we must give Manila a propeller hat. Oh, okay. Easy. So for this, let's put it on this corner of his head. He's got a little, just a little propeller hat. We're just going to throw a circle on there. We're going to erase his headline. Beautiful. We're going to finalize those lines. We're going to add a little nubbins right there. We're going to add some structure to this hat. We can add a little line right there. And then, guess what? That's all you have to do for a propeller hat. And then we can add some like action lines. There you go. What a cute little guy. Had to mask his hatred for crows. Yeah, exactly. Lucy Boosie. That's what you are? That is a crazy insult to call someone Lucy Boosie in 2025. I don't care what you say, parrots are better. Oh no. I say a chat war must start. Doggo, I gotta let you know. You're suggesting a chat war, and you are in all 3 chats. In 2 of the chats, you are the only person in those chats. So you the war you want, you will play Palpatine. The war you want is just yourself. You're just gonna be yelling at yourself. He said a racial slur towards me. He did not. You called him Lucy Boosie. You play all sides. God. Everywhere I look, I see Assassin Doggo. Okay, let's do one more drawing. What do we want? Is that the goat? Are you talking about Baby Godzilla? Are you talking about gorillas? Are you talking about Big Mac? Or are you talking about the crow? That guy Yeetus? You twin? Oh, Yeetus! You're so kind. I'm glad you're here. You missed the past couple, haven't you? Or have you been in all of them? No, there's no way. I would have seen you. Twitch declares war on TikTok. That's fine. I think if everyone wants to dive bomb TikTok and talk crap about TikTok, that's great. I don't think anyone was talking about that Godzilla. Devilish, Crow, I think devilish is kind of like a sweet word for you. I don't think it's a mean thing. 'Cause you're kind of sly, you're kind of in on everything, right? You like throwing a little bit of oil in the pan, getting things cooking. Glad to be back, bro Chacho. Dude, so happy you're here. What do you want me to draw? I'll take your request. Whatever you want, I'm in on. Don't bully poor Manila. That's what I'm saying. Also on there, that's what he actually looks like. The glare, I also gotta figure out this lighting system. 'Cause this glare from this light really kinda sucks. Maybe I turn it off. What does that look like? But then then the production quality goes down. It looks like I'm in a super dark room. Oh my god, that's really, really bright. What part is the mouth? I'll show you. This huge gaping void. And then his nose is the thing that kind of looks like a ball sack. I'll say it. You watch Jujutsu Kaisen? Yeah, I do. You should do a self-portrait. Oh, hello, Claire. We're chilling. I almost didn't stream today because I feel like absolute dog water, but here we are an hour later. And also everyone in chat has been bullying me. Like always. Oh, great. Yep. Yep. I'm the victim. Like always. Oh, great. Oh, great. Everyone wants to bully the guy that can dance. I think this needs to be in a museum. The Manila needs to be in a museum. I don't think I'm on the same page as you, Bloom. The Sukuna with like 2 teeth. My dogs have filtered dog water, so that actually, filtered dog water, is a fantastic band name. And also might be my new username. Because I'm just slightly better than dog water. I'm filtered, I'm crisp, I'm ready to go. A self-portrait, Manila detail. What if I don't want to draw on the Manila anymore? Filtered dog water as a username is great. It kind of is, it kind of bangs. Okay, let's do... I also don't want to do a self-portrait, Claire, now that I'm sitting here. Because we're already at the hour mark. I drew a burger, for God's sakes. Give him detail? I don't want to. I'm pulling rank assassin. Alright, fine. We'll do a little bit of detail. No, I'm not going to do detail on Manila. That's okay. Draw Asuma from Naruto. That might be fun. I want something... If I do a self-portrait, it's going to be really heady. And it's going to be like, I'm not good at cartooning real people yet. I've been trying. I've been getting slowly closer to getting that illustrative design. The closest I've gotten are these drawings, right? And I think these ones bang. Like, I was very, very proud of these. But I have yet to try to get like a self-portrait or to take a real-life person and cartoonify them. So I don't want to spend an hour just ripping through trial and error. That's sort of an off-stream thing. Because also I have to remember to make things entertaining as well. And guess what? That's kind of hard for me. Okay, What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Asuma. Let's draw this. Let's draw this ugly mug. I don't think anyone would be able to draw to take their eyes off of it. Your incapacity to discern between devilish and being fashionably and unremarkably appealing. Bloomy boomy. Oh my god, Crow. All these things coming out of your mouth are insane. Yip yap, play with your sticks, trash bird. Oh god. Kamata-kun Ballet is entertaining. It is, but let's draw a Naruto character instead. Okay, so you gotta draw Sukuna, the king of Kurthus. Whoa, 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 Yeetus. What are we talking about? I've never even heard of that character. I'm looking it up. Don't worry. It's coming. The king of Kareth. Oh, from Jujutsu Kaisen, of course. That would be a fun drawing next. Okay. That might be on the docket. Though one might assume the description of devilish to be nice. Unprofessional and bad. Okay, well that's understandable. If that's your perspective, I'm in on that. Okay, same thing. Every single cartoon character, every single person, start with a circle for the head. Have you seen the one with 2 teeth? Yeah, I'm looking at him right now. That is an ugly mug. It kind of reminds me of the One Piece Luffy when he goes Gear 5 and he's just a totally different art style. Like super playful and insane. Always start with a circle for a head, right? And then, once you have that, you can start ripping into a chin and a jawline, right? Are we all tracking this? So, when you're drawing these sorts of characters, just start with a super simple blocked out shape. So I'm going to throw in this circle, which is going to be basically the home for all of my detail, right? And his head and hair is probably going to extend past the circle, so we can remember that. We could even throw on a little indication of that. We know that his neck and everything is going to connect down, so we can throw just a little indication for that. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. You don't know what kind of plant I am. So oh, in this world, Bloom, are you technically a plant? I never even thought about that. I just thought you meant bloom of color. But a plant is interesting. Plant versus bird. That could be a good video game. Okay. We have this head. Guess what? It's doing all of the work for us. We have this big kind of chunky chest, or not chest, chunky chin, right? That is going to house basically our mouth and a little bit of the nose. Now, with this shape, we can start adding in where we think the eyes are going to be. So I'm going to throw in a couple of sight lines, a couple of curved lines, just to give me some information there. We want to find the midline, which I already sort of found by accident by throwing in this chin, right? So we're just going to curve that line up and make sure that we're following the curve of the head, because all heads are more circular than flat, okay? So if you draw flat sight lines, your drawing's going to be flat. If you draw curved sight lines, your drawing is going to feel three-dimensional. Bingo, bango, bongo, player. I'm going to throw in an indication for where I think the eyes are going to go, not actually where they're going to go. This is just so we know. I'm going to go a step down from there. I'm going to cut the difference between the eyes and the bottom of the chin. I'm going to find the midpoint there. That's going to give me a way better representation of where I think this nose is going to be. So I'm going to start with a triangle as the underside of the nose, and we're going to take a step back and say, you know, is that nose too far away from the eyes? Is it too close? Yada, yada, yada. I think that's probably fine. I'm going to split the difference again. It's Murdoch. And I'm going to see it again, or split it again, from that nose to the bottom of the chin, and that's probably going to give me about where I want my mouth to be. So I'm going to throw in a little bit of an oval there as well. And now we have at least an indication of where all of this stuff is going to go. So, because this anime drawing is pretty simple, we can start just sort of inlaying some of our permanent lines. And already I'm seeing I want the nose to be about this wide, so I know that that eye that I just drew is a little bit off, which is fine. I know that the nostril is probably going to be about here. And because this eye is a little bit off, this one might be too. But guess what? I don't care about stuff like that. So I'm going to pull rank, executive decision. I'm going to start this eye, and we're just going to see. If it looks awful and wrong, we can erase it. But if it looks pretty solid, we'll keep it. Because this one needs to move over a little bit, guess what, Playboy? I'm just going to move it over a little bit. I'm not thinking about it too much, and neither should you. And if you are, go home. Hey, if you're thinking about my drawing more than I'm thinking about my drawing, guess what? Get out of here! We don't want you here anyways. We'll even throw in an eyebrow. Screw it. Who cares? Who even gives a damn anymore? We drew a burger today. My biggest accomplishment of today is I drew a burger. And you're telling me that I should care about stuff? I can't even believe you right now. One might assume that's the case since you're very hard to break easily. I beg to differ. I'm already home. You're enjoying the YouTube chat fight? So am I. Assassin Doggo, we're in the best seats of the house. We get to watch Bloom and Crow go at it while I'm drawing anime characters, which is a crazy sentence. These eyes and nose, hey, guess what? I'm actually kind of happy with them. Even though I was just yelling at you guys, I'm kind of happy with all this stuff. Then we know that this guy is from the Hidden Leaf Village, right? So let's draw his big old headband. We can just add in a little indication of that. Nothing too crazy. We'll probably change and refine this shape, but I want to at least get a rectangle down because, as you all know, as I'm super annoying with this exact teaching in art, start with the simple shapes. Just throw in a rectangle wherever and we can refine it later. We don't need it to be perfect right off rip. And guess what? It's probably never going to be perfect right off rip because we're not fantastically talented artists. We are on TikTok Live. This is what happens. You try and learn how to draw, and then maybe eventually you'll be pretty good at it. But for now, we're just focusing on having fun. And that's the best, maybe that's the drawing, the real drawing is the fun we had along the way. A wise man once told me that. So that headband, actually, I'm pretty happy with. So I'm going to refine it just slightly, right? With a little bit of a darker line. We can now add in his hair, because we know that that headband is pretty accurate. He's got this little bow tie coming out the back. Because we have that headline, we have a pretty good idea of where that ear should be. And because we know where that ear should be, we know where his sideburn should be. And this character has a chin strap goatee. So we can just follow this sideburn all the way into his chin, give him a little bit of goatee scruff, and then that's going to flow right into the rest of his head. And then his cheek and his eye will give just a little bit of an indent there. But other than that, that's pretty much what this guy looks like, right? So we can just finish off the other side of that goatee. Wow, wait a second, everybody. And everyone in chat is starting to think, wait a second, Nathan actually knows what he's talking about sometimes? Nope! I'm just lying. I'm always just lying. Then, remember when we put in this mouth? Guess what? I'm going to finalize it. I think this mouth is probably pretty much fine. So I'm going to throw in just a little line. Anime characters do not have very detailed mouths, so guess what? They're the easiest to draw in the whole game. This guy smokes hella cigarettes, so we're going to draw just a little rectangle sticking out of the corner of his mouth. Why haven't you fixed the sock puppet? Doggo, you need to get the hell out of these. Oh, Uggo Owl. I didn't see the sketch, so I thought you meant the burger was the anime character. Split across time and space. Yes, actually, the burger is an anime character. We'll draw some eyes and a mouth on the anime character burger. Um, what's up, twin? I never know what to call you because your username is just a cross symbol, but I'm glad to have you back. I always enjoy when you're in chat. Fantastic. How you doing, Owl? Thanks for joining the live. Are you enjoying yourself? How was your day? We're gonna add a little bit of detail on the end of this cigarette. Just a little darkness, nothing too bad. And then you can just freestyle some smoke. Who cares? Again, we're creating our own destiny. And if you're not, get the hell out of here. Yeetus back in chat again. I have transferred across dimensions. Thank you very much. I'm glad to have you all there. Fantastic. I'm Enjoy. Me too. I'm also Enjoy. We are just chilling. Crow Bloom. Oh, Jazz, W random stream recommendation. I'm glad to have you. We're just doing a bunch of drawing tutorials and chilling. Everyone's kind of fighting in all of the different chats that I have going right now, so I'm just sort of trying to field emotions. Are you in the YouTube chats too or something? Yeah, we've got a couple people that just keep bouncing between all the chats, and they instigate fights, and then they leave, and then I have to clean up the pieces. Okay, so with this drawing, it's coming together, and all it was a bunch of simple shapes, right? You the best drawing streamer, thank you very much. That means a lot to me. Holy hell, we already have 2,500 likes on TikTok Live. That's badass. Okay, this is all coming together. So we can start adding in fine detail, and we can start really thinking about how to make this character come alive. So to do that, I'm going to throw in the irises and the pupils, because that will give him sort of a human look. Something that I've always sort of talked about is if your drawing ever looks really off or really strange, take a look at the eyes. The eyes might just be throwing off the drawing, and if you fix the eyes just a touch, that drawing ends up becoming what you've tried to make it in the very beginning, right? So this anime character is slowly coming together, and all he was a big circle and a chin in the very beginning, and now we're getting there. Mold spores, very effective maybe. Just tell people it's seasoning. That's what I'm thinking. Which chat shall we invade first? What's the plan for world domination? Oh, now I understand the mold spores comment. Yes, yes, yes. Dude, let's rip it. As long as I don't get sick when you guys are infecting everyone with mold spores, I'm in. But the second you threaten me, oh my god, you're meat. Okay. So finer details include the inside of the ear. Ears are always difficult. Ears basically take the longest time to learn how to draw, but once you figure it out, they end up being pretty simple. But that learning curve is very, very tough. What's up, Grape Cows? How you doing? Welcome in. Glad to have a newcomer. We're having a lot of infighting in all of the chats, but usually this place is pretty chill. Typical trash bird, of course, of course. Roller, can you draw me? I wish I could, but after this anime character, we're ending, which sucks. But I'll be back on probably tomorrow night. We got 2 crows now. Jazz, are you also a crow? Oh, grape crows! Oh my god, crow. Yeetus, this is actually like awesome because people always say, oh, it's just all simple shapes, but they never show how the process actually works. These last 5 minutes have changed so much for me. That's incredible. What's he called on YouTube? These crows and owls were full of birds. We really are. Like everything, and also I draw a lot of birds, so it's very strange. Whoa! Thank you for the roses. Wow! I love... Oh my god, I love those NPC creators. Thank you for the roses. Thank you for the roses. I miss that trend so bad. It was like always... It always made my day better seeing those guys just standing in the middle of New York talking to emotes. It was so good. We can just start finalizing a ton of this drawing and adding in finer details. I'm going to throw in a couple of little nostrils. I'm going to add in some extra shadow for underneath his nose. We're going to add in a double triangle just underneath that to show depth. Those lips are fine, because lips are super simple in the anime world. We can throw in a little bit of shadow on the cigarette. And basically from here, we just need to get his hidden leaf emblem. And that's like the whole drawing. So we'll just make sure we don't mess this up. It's just like a spiral right here with a little leaf and then a little triangle. And dude, there he is. And then whenever you get to this point of any drawing, just go back over your outlines, all of the really important outlines, and darken them up. And that's going to make your drawing pop off of the page just a little bit. And it's going to make it look like everything was intentional, right? So we're just going to do that. We'll throw in a little detail there. We'll darken up the top line of his eyes, the bottom line of his eyes. We'll darken up this side of the nose. Maybe we'll darken up these nostrils, darken up this mouth. And dude, that's the drawing. And all it was, I hate to say it again, but guess what? All it was a circle and basically a rectangle. And we got this drawing off. Look at that! Look at how handsome he is. Or don't do the full outline and make it more realistic by doing so. Both are cool. Yes, that is a fantastic point. Nathan, don't fall, I'm the villain. I know. Chad, is this new goon material? Whoa, 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 whoa. People do TikTok lives outside of public. They do. I'm doing one right now. Isn't that nuts? You're traveling between 3 different feeds. That's crazy. Nathan, don't fall, I'm the villain. I know. Crow is speaking like they're in a D&D session and it's entertaining. That's the whole point. It's the best part. Grape crows start stuttering. Oh no. So we have an evil crow. We have an NPC crow. We've got Bloom. We have Assassin Doggo jumping between 3 different chats, instigating battles. Get a room. Disgusting birds. Bloom, you're just firing shots every minute. Every minute, Bloom will just insult Crow and back away. That's incredible. But back to, whoa! Thanks for all the roses. You just got me to my goal. I still don't understand what the goal does. I'll be honest. Sometimes it'll tell me that I made 2 cents, and other times it'll tell me that I made nothing. So that's very interesting. But I am very, very thankful that you chose to give me your roses instead of any of the other any of the little critters and crawlers on this app. Professional rage baiter, they really are. Starting chat wars, yes. Longest drawing I have. I might actually be able to show it. But it's this huge sailor. It's like 17 inches by 24 inches. It's on this huge drafting piece of paper, and it's a hyper-realistic picture of an old sailor with a smoking pipe. Back to the full outline, making it more realistic. That's a great point. If I wanted to make this guy super realistic, I would not do that outline, and I would leave those sides pretty light. And then I would take in and do a ton of shading on this, so I would show that cheek, and that would end up showing the outline just the same, but way more realistic. Because if you're looking in the mirror, and I'm looking at my face, the outside of my head isn't actually like a black outline, it's just the end of that color, and then it moves into the color of the background, if that makes sense. So, god damn. Yeah, let me see if I have, I wonder if I have that picture readily available. Discrimination against birds? That's Bloom's whole thing. The goal is just making you feel good. Color blocking, we love to see it. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, I'm having a good time seeing you in chat. You bring a good, healthy energy to this chat. I'm over here fighting for my life in YouTube chat. Oh, hey Galaxy. What do we got? Galaxy, where everybody's fighting again. So, be ready. Let me find the sailor picture. Because I think it's weird. Let's let's see. I also have no idea how I'm gonna get YouTube chat to see this, but we can hope. Okay, here we go. We're back. I'm looking at my giant portfolio sketchbook. Where is he? I hope he's not lost, everybody. Okay. Let's just, oh my god, how am I even gonna do this? So. YouTube chat, this is going to be an impossible task to get you to see this, but I can show TikTok at least. Okay, so here's one. That light glare is kind of brutal. Here's a very long drawing. That one was sweet. That one worked really well. YouTube chat, check this out. This lady, that took me a long, long time. I'm trying to make sure that the glare isn't too bad for you guys. Oh god. I'm holding 2 cameras right now. Isn't that just awesome? Okay. Then, from here, let's get into... Let's just do a whole portfolio action. Here's this like crazy sculpture drawing I did from Elden Ring, or what is it? Dark Souls 3 probably. That was a very fun drawing. That one also took a very long time. Oh, but here's the total G. Here's the longest drawing I've done. I don't know how many hours went into this drawing. I would guess probably upwards of 30. Looked away for 2 minutes. What is happening? Yeetus, we are showing off the drawings that took me the longest to make. And the glare is pretty bad, but it's an old sailor. This is peak. Thank you very much. Now imagine, imagine if I could draw these on stream all the time instead of the little burgers that I usually draw. I could never multitask like this. Dude, I'm fighting for my life right now. You hate drawing realism with a burning passion. I'm kinda in on it. I kinda like it. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm actually surprised I've never shown anyone in chat that I can draw like this. Holy smokes, that's crazy. Thank you very much. But yeah, that's the man. We could call him Frank. He kind of looks like a Frank. His beard, the beard texture is crazy. Like, look at that. Imagine being able to draw that. His eyes are really great. They have like dimension to them. He has all of his wrinkles. His hat is fantastic. But yeah, I'm very proud of this drawing. And this definitely took, what, 30 hours? I would bet. I'd bet on my life. Everything is like perfect. Thank you very much. But yeah, that's the beard low-key mogs everything else. It kind of does, right? Like I was so happy with that when it started really coming together. That would actually be a very fun stream. Next time, we should just go through my whole like actual portfolio and big drawings. Because I don't think I've ever shown any of you like the actual stuff that I draw. It's all just been this practice stuff and teaching stuff, because that's way more entertaining. And it's also easy for me to constantly talk during. But yeah, also you should frame several of those. I know, I've been kind of thinking that, but at the same time, it's weird for me specifically, to like have my art framed and in my house. It feels strange. And also sometimes when I have my art on the walls, I'm just constantly looking at all of the errors that I made instead of the great accomplishment that it actually is. I'll see you probably next stream, Twin. I'm tired. Oh, dude, thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for the roses. Thanks for the likes, too. I'm always happy to have you in here. Good night. If I didn't eat it, I'll just send it throws water. Galaxy. Before I send a parrot after you, Jazz, enemies united over mutual love of art. It actually, it kind of is. That's kind of nice. That's a good call out, Jazz. Everybody, everybody stopped fighting and said real. This is epic. This is nice. Thanks, Grape Crows. Dude, this is sweet. Like drinking Windex, by the way. Peace treaty for when you start showcasing art. True. Maybe that's actually, that could be the play. We can just, every time the fighting gets really bad, I can unveil another drawing. It's like my magic trick. And then we can completely reset all the momentum of all the fighting. The end of the fighting gives us a chance to rise in villainy. Assassin Doggo is still cooking. In every single chat, just putting landmines down. It's crazy. Jingling keys in front of them. You both are crazy who said that. Not mine. It's not freaking sending? Oh no, Bloom, are you trying to send a message? You're making me sound crazy asking this? What are you asking for? I'm missing something. Maybe I'm not. Jazz. It's like a couple fighting while their child tries to show them their drawing. Virtual pipe bombs. Yeah, Assassin Doggo is throwing virtual pipe bombs everywhere. What did you mean besides freaking? Oh, I don't know. Okay, what do we got here? I think that's it for TikTok. I think I'm fine cutting the TikTok off. I might just say, I might just chill in YouTube and Twitch chat for a little while. If anyone in, if anyone in TikTok is still hanging, come on over to whatever you like better. My username is this on Twitch and YouTube. Thanks for hanging. Goodbye. Dude. Bangerade. Okay. I made 8 cents. I just made money from streaming, technically. That is nuts. Almost a dime. Dude. I might be rich. I might be banging off rich style. Wow, 8 cents we can buy, we can buy like a day worth of electricity in one room. One light bulb. We can power a light bulb for a day. I'm stupid. Bombs shaped like pipes. I don't know. Oh, what's up, Yeetus? You're back in YouTube chat? Pipes shaped like bombs? Yes. 8 cents gets you nothing in this economy unless you really work for it. Well, that was great. I wonder if people liked that on TikTok. I hope so. 1 hour maybe? Yeah, you're right. You're right, Owl. I survived the destruction of TikTok Dimension. You did. You made it out fantastically well. Just samples because it's technically not free. I sent it up in the chat. Where is it? I kept asking for that and it was out of pocket typing that. The urinal drawing. Oh, you saw it? Did I flash it on screen by accident? Or not accident, but in passing? The urinal drawing is great. Let's find out. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? So the history, you posted a short of it. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay. Basically, oh, here's another one. Here's another sweet one. You guys might be able to, actually no, it makes no sense. I'll do it this way. Another great one is this horse. This one is like, I don't know, an hour or two maybe? It's okay. I think I could do it a lot better now. That Mog's the horse you drew in the other stream. I know. That's what I'm saying. More time on paper equals better drawing. What else do we have? Let's see if that urinal drawing is close. They threw flowers at you. I think they liked it. That's a very good point. Thank you, Owl. You will send random messages to provoke. I know you will. You have been this whole stream. Only 1 to 2 hours. That's crazy. Yeah, that one was quick. You can tell. You can usually tell when things take really long versus really short by like the pencil strokes. If they look very fast and very scratchy, the drawing didn't take too long. But then if they're crazy smooth and the shading is all whatever, it usually means it took a lot longer. Like this one probably split the difference. This one's probably a 12 hour, maybe? I can't remember. This one took a while. But yeah, man. Like some of these drawings pop off. Let's try and find that, oh, this one is sweet. I haven't opened up this portfolio in like a year. This one's crazy town. This one I started with a ton of stuff on the paper and then I just erased to get this drawing. You need that one ASAP. Horse, hells yeah. Yeah, baby. How long have you been drawing seriously for? I'd say like seriously, the last like 2-ish years. But like when I was in college, I took some serious art classes, so that helped a ton. And I've been like drawing on and off my whole life. So it's kind of a hard question to answer. But like these last 2 years I went all the way back to square one. And I've been doing like, how do you say it? What am I trying to say here? I'm going back to fundamentals. Like that's what all these streams are. That's why I'm always like harping on y'all about simple shapes turn into whatever, something awesome. And it's because I'm trying to like get good at that. I'm trying to get good at simple shapes turning into amazing drawings because a lot of my fundamentals are not very good. And you might be thinking that's a crazy thing to say because I just showed you like some of my best art pieces, but the like fact of it all is all those drawings take over 20 hours or like 30 hours or whatever, and I want to be able to draw pretty solid stuff in 1 hour. Like I want to be able to get stuff quick, and the only way you can do that is if your fundamentals are incredible and you can just like see stuff in your brain and get it to paper immediately, rather than what happens with a lot of these drawings is it is constant. Like I'll put one line down and I erase it. I put one line down and I erase it. I put one line down and then that one's okay. And then I move to the next line. And I want to be able to like bang, 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 rip them. You know what I mean? What tips would you give someone currently making their portfolio to get into an art school? I would say do a bunch of different genres and mediums. My undo button gets a workout, man. I know. And I'm like, I want to get to a point where I don't need to rely on that. I would say just really focus on getting a ton of different mediums. Like have a little piece of sculpture that you made. Have paints, have watercolors, have charcoal, have ink and pen, have pencil. Show like process and show that you can do a ton of different things pretty well, and then create that portfolio and put your 10 bests that showcase all of those skills. That's the that's my best piece of advice. Cuz you just want the college to show, you want to show the college that you are like ready to learn, and you've already taken it like into your own hands to make sure that you learn as much as possible, right? So if you can show that in an intro portfolio, they go, "Oh, whoa, this kid is serious about this art stuff. They're really ripping through a ton of these great pieces and a ton of these great mediums. We can teach this kid well, and they will get use out of our school." I found it. I found the urinal. Okay. Let's throw that out there. I've got to figure out a better way to get this portfolio organized. Oh, and I just bent a ton of the paper. What's a boy to do? Okay. Here's the urinal drawing that Bloom was talking about. This is a urinal turned on its side, or turned on its back, and it's signed by R. Mutt. And why this piece is important: W. Tips, I went to college fairly recently and a few interesting in providing scholarships. Oh, sweet. Peak, I suck at all subjects. That's okay. You'll get there, Galaxy. Like, you're trying your best, and that's really all you can do. It's all been building the urinal. I know. But, oh, I said again. God damn. Okay. Why this is important. You might think it's just a urinal drawing, but the actual piece in real life is a sculpture of this guy that was really angry at the art world. He was really furious that you couldn't be an artist unless you were this big oil painter like Michelangelo or whatever. And so part of modern art, or part of the beginning of modern art, is this guy, who was already a famous artist, went and stole a urinal from a French, I don't know, some French building. He wrote his name on it, or a fake name on it, and entered it into this really prestigious art gallery and art show, and everybody lost their minds. Everyone was pissed off. They thought that he was making a mockery of them. They thought he was basically just dancing on their graves. But in reality, he was protesting that anything can be art, or at least if there's intention there, if there's a story there, it can be art. And because he took that risk, and because he pissed off all those people, everyone else that was making modern art went, "Yeah, dude, it should be. We should be in galleries. We should start making this real." And then they did. And now we have every modern art museum ever in the world. So, sometimes urinals are actually important. How'd bro just steal it? Dude, this is what they won't tell you. If you have a wrench, you can pretty much take anything from any building ever. Is that a guy's toilet? It is, Galaxy. People back then had nothing better to do, I swear. Getting mad at that. Hey, I mean, honestly, if you've been grinding your whole life to get into one industry and everyone keeps telling you you're doing it wrong, but you think you are, like, I could understand doing a protest. Just yoinked it off the wall and skedaddled, probably. Exactly. That's exactly what he did. He just ripped it. He just said, "Mine. I'm gonna put my name on it. Mine." Why is reading all the nice comments so chill, but one hate shuts me down? Which one's which one shut you down? For real? I'm an emotional girl. Galaxy, no need to be an emotional girl. Just chill. Make ugly things be cool and epic? Exactly. Owl, you've got it nailed. Can we erase YouTube before Twitch first, please? Yes. Why am I not allowed to take street signs? They're just there. They're basically free. That's a very fair point. I mean, you could. You definitely could. But yeah, why you're not allowed to, I'm not sure. Probably because someone else paid for them. Actually, no, the general public paid for them. So, by stealing street signs, you're stealing from yourself and from everyone around you, which sucks because then we have to put in another dollar every year. So, I can understand that one. I cry at everything, lols. Dude, sometimes you gotta get it out. The security casually watches a dude walk out of the bathroom with a dirty urinal. That is an incredible point. Why was there no one, or if someone did see him, what was the conversation there? Like, oh my god, that's disgusting. Hate comments, duh. Yeah, true. Beatus, I agree with you. Give Beatus an answer. I just did. Award? Oh, give him an award. Yes, I agree. Somebody will raise their voice slightly. It's just a stand and tears running down my face for no reason. Oh man, that stinks. But I understand that. It is like that high emotion can be pretty hard to sort of take in just out of nowhere. Why I'm crying, I don't know. I'm crying right now, gang. Yeah, crying happens. What guy doesn't want to steal a urinal? That's what I've been saying. I've been saying that for years, and everyone always calls me crazy. Doesn't matter what stream you destroy first, I will always come back. Yeetus is eternal. My favorite part of tonight's stream is that Yeetus and Assassin are just bouncing between chats, saying different things, arguing with different people, and, and just causing chaos. Galaxy, it's alright. We at least, on the bright side, this is at least a pretty safe place. We are chill here. We've got nothing going on but drawing. So I'm glad we can at least be a little hub for you. But that does really stink. Sometimes big emotions can be hard to deal with. But at the end of the day, if you can get through these big emotions, you can get through the next ones. And if you can get through those, you can get through the next ones. And so on and so forth. And all of a sudden, you're pretty strong, dude. You've got it. You can handle it. I trust you. And I back you up. As a woman, we should just steal those pad dispensers from bathrooms then. Dude, rip it. They should make them free anyways. Hashtag pads and tampons for free always because who cares? It's plastic and cotton. You can make those things free. It's okay. You'll help half of our population. I saw a short where there was poop on a toilet and a guy was peeing on it hard. Okay. Okay, Galaxy. We don't need to. I'm glad you shared. I'm glad you shared that with us. Next time you should try and draw FNAF animatronic. Ooh, that'd be fun. After doing my fair bit of stalking, I came to the conclusion that many of you are furries. Oh, cool. Well, that's great. For real, I am both. Whoa, new chat. Oh, never mind. It's an ad. I will win because Google is dumb. Ew, a bot. Ew, I spit on it. I know. The bots, every once in a while, they come in. They try and get me to buy views, and I say, no thank you. Interdimensional traveling is really affecting typing. I bet it is. I bet you're getting tired. Okay. Everybody, this has been awesome. We started this. I didn't even think I would make it 30 minutes because I felt weird, and we are now at an hour and 40 minutes, which is so badass. You're the cringiest thing you'll ever meet? I don't think so. I think you're pretty cool, Galaxy. Don't count yourself out. And don't call yourself cringy. You're yourself. That's important. Furry, but I make tails and masks for Therians. Oh, that's sweet. Me and my friend went to the school restroom. We found a desk. Oh my god. Dude, something about middle schoolers or high schoolers or anyone in school smearing poop on stuff. When is it gonna end? It's been every single school I've ever been to. There's been a day where there's poop smeared on something. Like, hey, maybe let's just not do the poop thing. And that's fine. I think everybody would benefit from not doing the poop thing. I won't ever deny true facts. Wait, how often do you stream? I try to stream weeknights around like 5 p.m. PST to 7 p.m. PST, anywhere in that range. Sometimes it goes 7 to 8, sometimes it goes 8 to 9, sometimes 6, 7. But basically just now. Evening slash nights on weekdays, sometimes weekends. But I'm also traveling soon. I'm going back home for the holidays, so we might be a little light on some streams. But I am going to bring my laptop and an extra camera, so hopefully I can get one or two off. Middle school was crazy with the poo. It was. And it's like, come on, guys. School bathrooms are genuinely hell. They are. Oof yourself. Bro, people say just be yourself. When I do, they say, oh no. Galaxy, you gotta tell those people to screw off. He said the thing. Yeah, baby. I said the 6-7 thing. And I'll say it again. 6-7. That's all I needed. We need a great meme reset. I'm kind of digging everything we got cooking right now. You're going to California on Friday? That's so cool, Galaxy. With your family? Is it just a vacation or are you going to visit certain people? Boy, am I glad I'm homeschooled. Dude, you're missing out on basically the best. Think of the best TV show of all time. Think of the most entertaining thing of all time that you've ever watched. In public school, that is everyday life for 18 years. You have just the most entertaining stuff of all time constantly. But homeschool is tight. Public school is a nightmare. Bullying is fixed easily. Sometimes. It's a lot of walking away. It's a lot of being the bigger person. It's a lot of facing a lot of hard emotions. So it's like the fixes are there, but they take time. Learn how to make jokes, yeah. Rizmas, Naruto, or Pokemon, or what does Nathan do besides YouTube? I work. I work a hell of a lot because I'm starting to believe he's becoming homeless. I am not. Don't worry about me. I work a lot. I bike. I bike a lot. And hang out with some friends sometimes. But usually, like recently, this has been my hobby. So I've been enjoying becoming a little bit obsessed with the YouTube, TikTok, Twitch stuff. That's kind of fun. And I get to hang out with y'all. So, it's pretty beast. Sometimes I'll play video games, but I've been off the VG for a little while. But I have a banging PC, so I should get back on it. Okay. If I get some spray paint, oh my god. Ooh. Spray paint would be sick. By doing YouTube, you have created me. That's a very good point, Assassin. I think I stopped crying. Wait, did I? Sweet! Galaxy, you're on the up. You gotta play Helldivers? I do. But I missed the peak hours. If you leave, I will cry. Galaxy, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to cry again because I'm gonna leave. But I think I set you up for success. I think I gave you enough little lessons on how to deal with those hard emotions that you can do it without crying. You're strong. You've got it. You don't need to cry through this one. You got it. Trust. Trust a playa. Okay, everybody. I have neighbors. I can't keep them up by talking for hours and hours and hours. I need to go to bed. And probably watch a little movie. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much for hanging out. This is really, really cool. Erase YouTube first. I can do that. Farewell, mistress. Farewell, everybody. If you want to come back, you should. Grape, it was great to have you. Yeetus, it's always great to have you. Jazz, it's great to have you. All the usual sub. Oh, dude, that stutter kills. All the usual suspects. I appreciate you like always. But the new people are fun. The new people are a fun, nice new mix. Uggo Owl, love ya, Assassin Doggo. Thanks for keeping the chaos going. You're my comfort YouTuber. I love that position. Alright, everybody, I'm out of here.